everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with you. Follow me on social media. Descriptions in the link below. I just like to show my art. That's about it. Um, I've also got a link to the Marvel fan site where they kind of have a character synopsis and plots of some of these stories that I'm going to cover. So we're going to be looking at Marvel Comics Presents 85 through 92. Um, it's one story divided into eight chapters, 8 pages, drawn by Sam Kieth with this amazing cover. Um, we are only going to be looking at the Sam Kieth portion of it. This is written by Peter David. It was supposed to be with Todd McFarlane, but him and Peter David had a falling out at the end of their run on Hulk. So Todd McFarlane basically said he would never work with Peter David again. So Sam Kieth ended up doing this, which I think really put him into the stratosphere. So we've got basically a naked Wolverine here because he does not wearing anything. So Sam Kieth, man, he is a different cat. This is from 1991, uh, right right before the Image formed. So um, Peter David is the writer of this. I have don't have a better copy, unfortunately, to share with you guys. I have these individual issues. They are tethered to pieces because I've read them over and over and over. This is also the introduction of Cyber. So, who is here, and he realizes that they're playing poker, and the guy's cheating. So, and he just grabs him with one hand. So, um, Sam Kieth, this is really his breakout. Um, he had never, um, he'd, he wasn't, he'd done the Sandman, but he just wasn't what he is now during this time, and this really put him on the map. So, this is old, uh, old wolf here, and they're in Madripoor, which is like Singapore. It's a made up country, and so they're hunting this deer and for the wolf. So he is out with the vegetation, or not, out with nature. So um, this Wolverine is much more evolved. I'm also covering some of the classic X-Men. So um, Wolverine's definitely vastly different. So Wolverine gives the deer some of the deer meat to the wolf. So the two of them get to eat together. So, all right. Great art. That's basically kind of what we're going to be doing. And so, and each episode, this first one's called, so Blood Hungry is the overall story, and First Scent is part one, part two is second scent, so et cetera, et cetera. So um very this during this time he was running around Asia. So this is Tiger, I believe. So all right. Oopsie. And so he says he smelled something that he hasn't smelled in a long time, something he wants to forget. Wolverine basically asks if there's any new players, and he says nope. And so she's going to be meeting with General Koi, um, who's you have to kind of know what was going on during this time. So check out that link that I'm posting with the video, and you can just find out who all these characters are and get a little bit more of their backstory. I'm just gonna kind of move along because the main thing that we want to show is the art, and so um, I, Peter David's writing, man, he's great. He's one of my favorites. But you know some of the humor. You are the gentleman Count Cyber with a question mark. The name is correct. The description is questionable. So anyway, so he's here for General Coy. Shakes his hand and he goes, "Is that ketchup?" And of course he says, "If you wish to think so, now." Um, he needs to learn uh, to be tidier next time he plays cards. So, and then that's the end of part one. So now we're gonna go ahead and go to part two. Marvel Comics Presents basically was 4 8-page stories, and each one dealt with different things. That's why you see kind of these different characters. So Sam Keith, of course, wonderful cover, and you can see Cyber here. And so, as you can see, 2 cents worth. So he's climbing up. Nobody really drew like this during this time. I mean, it just these artists that are so that we see now are just breaking out during this time. And so this is General Coy's uh, base of operations, his home. So love this part. That certain gentleman representing those certain men are here. Are you certain? All right, send him in. So, and so he introduces himself. He tells him to um, have a seat. He goes, "There's no chair." Yes, I know. Peter David, he loves to do jokes. Sometimes I know some people find it annoying, but um, you know, it's his style. He loves humor. So, all right. So we're just kind of move this along because again, the main thing that we want to get through this is the art of Sam Keith. So, and look at Cyber here. So now we're fully getting to see his design. So he's able to feel Wolverine and knows Wolverine is in there. Wolverine's gonna distract this guy, puts in a coin, and then the guy looks down and Wolverine hits him. And so Wolverine also can feel Cyber. So then he comes through the door. So he goes, "I thought you were dead. You don't look dead. I hate being wrong. Then I'll be right." So he, of course, throws him out. And so great compositions here. And he, of course, also has his own little claws gutting Wolverine, and Wolverine's gonna make a run for it. So, end of part two. So now part three. It's 8 parts. So, great cover here. Love the all white background. So, Sam Keith, great artist. If you know him from the Max, he's done some really good stuff. So we're just kind of move along here. I believe this has been collected. But I have to tell you, I haven't never seen it in the wild. So Wolverine is thinking now about the past. So they're in a dine-in or in a one of those places where they bring you your food outside. So love Sam Keith's art, man. He is pretty cool. So he's kind of bragging. So it's kind of like reminiscent somehow, but like in a nightmare stage because he's of course healing from um the cuts. So then we go with the next part. Great panel here. So I love the little hot dog mobile. So Sam Kieth, I tell you, and Peter David. Fun. This is a fun stuff. If you find these issues, get them. They're totally worth it. Sam Kieth's art is spectacular, and Peter David is a great writer. He's just a little different. So, um, great composition, great panel. So, here we go. So, we're in part 5. So, basically 3 parts left. You can see Cyber seems to always be able to beat up on Wolverine. So, and he of course can smell Cyber on her. I just uh love this, love. Can see kind of like little fandom. So, all right. 3 parts to go. Just Sam Kieth's art is so unique. I know that um everybody technically is unique, but that's sort of not true. A lot of people sort of draw um like you've got Jim Lee clones, you've got your Todd McFarlane clones, and there's art that you kind of look at and you're like, oh, this could be this or this could be that. But there's no mistake. There's certain artists who are so unique. For example, Sam Kieth, Kelly Jones, Bill Sinkovich, Frank Miller. Despite all the clones, I mean, there's so many clones that draw just like Jim Lee, but there's still only one Jim Lee. There's still only one Todd McFarlane. And so I love these people who are able to just bring in their own unique style. And I think Sam Kieth is one of them. So a lot of black. He's such an ink slinger. So these two, of course, are enemies. So they both toss their drinks because neither they both think that the other one poisoned it. So Wolverine and Cyber are sort of getting back. So I know it's just a lot of over the top in these when you see Sam Kieth, just a lot of over the top. And so here we go. Got our last part here. Great cover here. Just look how massive Wolverine is. Goodness gracious. Wow. So playing ping pong still with weapons in there. So, and as you can see, the gag still continues with 8 cents out. Such unique art. I was blown away when I first saw this, so I just have never seen someone draw like this. So, and so we're almost done here. So, and we get to our last complete the stories here. So Little fast story. Didn't really go through it. Check out the links with the Marvel database, and it'll have these issues in there, and you can kind of look at the plot and what happened in each issue. So, just thought it'd be cool to show you some Sam Keith. That was the whole point of this. So, I really wish I would have had a better version. I really wish. But it is what it is. This is all I got. This is all I could find. So, um, like I said, I recommend you buying this. Great series. I do have all 8 issues. So, like and subscribe, and thanks for listening.